What's a doji? In this video tutorial, we're going to explain you everything you need to know to understand this famous doji candlestick pattern in trade. But first of all, guys, remember to subscribe to Trading HT to watch more content like this. And here you have our famous disclaimer also available in the video description below. So first of all, guys, I'm going to explain you and you're going to see actually what's a doji. This is what we have on the screen. And we have here key elements that you need to understand. First of all, guys, a doji forms when the opening and closing prices are very close to or equal, resulting in a candlestick with little or no body, which is the thing we're watching right now in the middle. Here we have, we're using TradingView, and we're actually using automatic dojis, so we don't have to find them. It's actually auto-detected on charts. So we're gonna actually see a couple of examples. So you can see in real time what's happening with the doji when you are analyzing stocks or cryptos and so on. So second key factor you need to understand, it indicates indecision and neutrality in the market, with neither buyers or sellers gaining control. And that's the key element. It's like there are different areas, and we're going to see this with these examples how to interpret that, because obviously we don't know yet the direction, but it will happen afterwards. It's very important, to understand the actual trend. The third one, is like the doji can signal a potential trend reversal, especially if it appears at the end of an uptrend or downtrend. So that means, like that maybe at the end of a downtrend of an up or an uptrend, at first you don't see like a trend reversal like very huge dramatically, So in that sense, we have to wait like to see a doji first, to see, okay, someone is doing the opposite. Maybe we need to see to wait a little bit more if that's actually a trend reversal or just a trend continuation. So, and then we have another one, the fourth key factor. A doji alone is not enough to confirm a reversal. And that's what I mentioned, that we need to see future data to actually confirm or deny this pattern. So the content is important. So we're going to see actually right now some examples. We're watching right now a chart that is Maxon Solar. And here we have a doji. And the thing here is like, obviously we came from a huge gap. But the thing here is like that doji right now is signaling like the continuation of a pattern. Why? Because at first, the previous candle was, trading at $2 at first, and then it went down. And this pattern opened below that area. So it trends out. The trend was sideways during that day, but then the following days the trend continued. The downtrend that we were experiencing at first continued, especially if after the gap. So obviously that doesn't mean that it's gonna continue forever, but at some point that doji that is not signaling a trend reversal. And here we have another example, another doji right here. Here's completely the opposite, because we are in an upturn, and actually we are watching right here the support line. So in that sense, we were experiencing a little bit of a correction. That's actually a trend reversal, but for a very short period of time. So if we go, for instance, to the 30-minute chart, you will see that actually it has a short duration. In this case, we have 4 days of downtrend, and then the uptrend continued. So it's important to notice the general uptrend. And not just focusing on one particular day. In order to see like a real trend reversal, the stock should have gone down below $2 in that particular sense. We would have seen a breakout right here, and it would like the confirmed trend reversal, but it didn't happen. So right now we're gonna go to another stock. We're gonna go to Blue Power to see more examples. In this case right here, this is a trend reversal actually. We experienced like a huge downturn. In this case, we were talking about like a minus 35%, which is huge. And in this case, the first one, actually, this is like an inverted hammer. Very interesting. It's another trend reversal that is signaling like the end of this downtrend. And the doji confirmed exactly that. Like, okay, something is changing right here. Obviously, remember, guys, that we have like the bearish traders, selling short at that particular point. So when we reach the top area of the resistance levels, this is where they start to sell short again. But in the end, this is strong enough, and there's another 2 confirmations right here. And obviously the key factor was the breakout. So obviously we have a doji to understand that something is happening, but you need more data. And in this case, these other 2 candles signaling like a trend reversal, and then the gap, and then the retest right here. we have more data with that. Also, you can check other indicators. You can check the RSI, the MACD, to understand that's also the best area to confirm this trend reversal. And this particular point, we were talking about the oversold levels in the RSI, oversold levels in the MACD. So it's like you need like different indicators, not only just the doji. You need all the other indicators to understand actually what's happening. But the doji is the first thing that you need to pay attention to. So we have other, I'm gonna actually load another doji. Let's go to the automatic pattern. Look at that, this is beautiful, because here is like you don't only have a trend reversal right here, but this is a continuation of this trend reversal, In this case, what we're watching right now is like indecision right here, because obviously after the downtrend, there are some investors that are short sellers, and they attack right here in this point. It's like in terms of risk management, that was a good point to do it. But in the end, people started to buy the stock, and sometimes we have like smart investors, so people that invest in a huge way, with a lot of capital, and they continue to do that, and they created this breakout. At this point, they tried, but they couldn't that day. And the following day, the continuation of the pattern, came. And you can clearly see that this after this trend reversal was for a long time. We're talking about more than 100%. But again, this doji was like in continuation. So we have like trend reversal, then we have continuation, bearish continuation, or uptrend continuation, which is the case. Let's go right now to Nvidia, very popular stock. Let's take a look at, this area, which is very, very interesting. First of all, guys, we have the first doji right here. Continuation of a pattern, but obviously, at first, you can clearly see right here, this trend reversal. The continuation of a pattern, maybe it doesn't last long, and that's why you need to draw also, support lines. And in this case, it continued a little bit more. And this breakout was important. And then the next one, we have another doji right here, trend reversal. It's like actually you can draw right here another resistance level. And you can clearly see like investors selling short at that point. But it's not enough, because after all, we came from an uptrend. And when you came from an uptrend, it's like it takes time to create this bearish pressure. At first, there are still a lot of investors buying the stock. But then again, when we have like another doji right here, this is not exactly a doji, but very close to it. Another indecision right there. And this is obviously very, very, very. So, I mean, this is like a super signal that something is going wrong. And it happened right here first, It's like you can see like this is the first dangerous signal. Then you see a doji and it's like, oh, something really is going wrong right here. And then this red line just confirms that, Sometimes you need more than one candle to actually see what's happening. But in the end, it's all about time frame and trends, It's like right now, we're talking about like a swing trading move. But the general upturn is still there. But the thing here is like right here, we have like a huge move, in terms of long-term trading. Here we have like people selling short and like very huge, and then people is buying the stock at the bottom. So we have like a huge fight right here, and the dojis are between them, So obviously you need to pay attention to the longer time frame, and then you go to the intraday trading and you analyze it more closely. Another candle, another dojis that we have right here. Let's take a look at this one actually, which is very interesting. Indecision, you can clearly see right here, but then the following day. You can see the opening is below, and that confirms the downtrend that started back in October 13. And then we have another doji. Let's take a look at this data. Let's go. Look at this. We have this doji right here in February, the continuation of an uptrend. Actually, this is like a trend reversal right there. Like you can clearly see like the people started buying at this area, and this gap going up. We're talking about like a gap of 1.56%, almost 60. That is the confirmation that especially the following day, with a huge green candle. At that point, you quickly see like the swing trading move, that a very swing trading move was gone, and when you see, well, obviously you need to interpret this information with support and resistance levels, and we need to draw lines. You need to use other indicators, RSI, MACD, to understand the risk. But the key factors about the doji is like that you need more information. if the following candle is bullish and the following one obviously it goes up as well, that was like the continuation of a pattern. But if you see a turn reversal, like for instance right here, instead of a green candle you get a red candle the following day and going below $77, you may think, okay, that's a turn reversal. Now that's why you need to interpret that information, you know, to analyze what the following candle. I think just one candle is not enough. But obviously you need to pay attention to support and resistance levels to understand the actual trend, because the longer the time frame, the stronger it is. And in this case, you have the long term that we have right here. We're talking about that uptrend, and it's very clear. And that's why this is a continuation of a pattern, because at the end of the day, you analyze the trend, and the trend is bearish. It's not bearish. I'm sorry, and the trend is a huge upturn, you know. And this is what you need to closely analyze. And in this case, this is a continuation of a pattern after all, because you see this gap, this breakout of the swing trading move, and this is the confirmation, you know. So I hope this is all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're gonna analyze more dojis in the future, and we're talking about all the types of dojis that are more they have more specific information, but I think this is enough to understand what a doji is. Thank you very much, guys, and see you in the next video.